Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. So we are live on Zoom only, okay? And for our community members. So we are talking about how to recession-proof your career, right? So what were we talking about? We are talking about what is recession. A country is technically in recession if its overall economic activity declines for 2 consecutive quarters. That means लास्ट 6 महीने अगर हमारा जीडीपी बिल्कुल नीचे जा रहा है, then only we are facing recession. That's one thing, okay? पर जो भी मैंने whatever research I have done, we are not going down. In fact, we are expecting great returns in this new quarter. That's January, February, and March quarter. Okay, so we do not have to worry about it. However, those industries and those sectors which are directly impacted by recession in other countries, especially software industry, which is getting impacted, and any other companies which are on international platform also, or are because of the geopolitical problems or COVID or war or any of that, if they are struggling, you will definitely be impacted. But you need not have to worry about it. And as I was saying, best way to beat recession, this is one single statement that you all have to write down in your notepad. If you really want to beat recession, you have to be exceptionally good at something. Warren Buffett had said this, to be exceptionally good at something. So let me ask you this question and raise your hand. How many of you think you are exceptionally good at something? Some hands only. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be, sharing this on YouTube. This session itself, I will publish there. That way it's going to be helpful. So those people who have not been able to somehow raise their hands, thoda sa challenge hai. Let's see how we are going to be doing that. Okay, this is very important. Reality of losing jobs. What is the reality of losing jobs? Do you really think that it's only during recession that people lose their jobs? People lose their jobs anytime and every time. But what people do is they're really smart. They need somebody to blame on. So they sometimes say it's COVID, they sometimes say it's recession, they sometimes blame it on their boss, they sometimes blame it on company culture or whatever. Okay, but let me tell you, we will not be doing this. This is not us as brands, fine? So there is no point thinking that this is recession. That's why, and over the last 3 years, I've heard this statement again and again by people that, because of COVID, I lost my job. No, you were not good enough to have been, kept inside the organization. That's why you lost your job. And many a times, yes, it's very unfortunate also for some very talented people, because the projects that they're working on, the processes that they were working on, those were not working. That's why some people have to, lose their jobs. So what is the plan that we have in place right now is 10 things. Okay, let's focus on these 10 things. The first one is, of course, what? Our branding. Okay, and what do we mean by branding? Okay, so first thing that we have to focus on branding is create a specialist image. That's what we are learning here in our community, to create a specialist image. That means we are not a generalist. We are not a part of commodity. And that's what we are doing through what? We are doing through building our brand to stand out. And that's by carving out our niche. Okay, so only those people who are going to be focusing more on their niche, on building their expertise on one particular thing, to be exceptionally good at something, these are not going to be scared ever in their life about recession or any other topic. Okay, then working on creating a right perception. So while you are working inside your organization or you are working outside your organization, on social media, anywhere, the focus has to be working on creating the right perception in the minds of your audience. That's what is branding all about, changing the perception in the minds of people. And then be seen for who you are and how you can help others with what you know. You need to write this out. You are helping people. You are doing what your organization is asking you to do, what your manager is asking you to do, or what is expected in the JD. But what you have to bring your attention to now is, what is it that you know, and are you showing this to people? Are you being visible with what you know, and how are you really making someone solve their problem with what you really know? That is what you have to keep in consideration. Then 6.1, branding helps you to future-proof yourself over future-proofing your roles. Most of the people who are scared about losing their jobs. They want to save their jobs. The roles are what they are really wanting to save. I don't want to lose my position. I don't want to lose this particular job. But I want all of us to understand here that you are future-proofing yourself. Nobody can ever touch you, because ultimately, if you think little deeper, are you really worried about losing a job, or are you really worried about losing the money that's coming from the job? It's the money part that we are focusing on. Okay. So if you're building that specialized image of yourself, if you're really building your brand, if you're focused on your niche, and if you're doing all of this, you need not have to worry about losing a job. Some or other work is going to be given to you. So focus on solving some big problems, helping people with something that you know. And if you know nothing, if you have a very generous image, you will not be knowing enough. And when you do not know enough, you will not be able to survive. So that's how you're going to be future-proofing yourself over future-proofing your jobs or your roles. Okay, let's come to the second point, which is social media visibility. Once you start building your brand, where do you have to really become visible? You got to be becoming visible inside the organization and outside there on social media. So having a strong digital footprint is one very important stuff. Second, choose the platform really wisely. Okay, so I'll give you an example here. One of our student is Priyanka Kumari in our community. So Priyanka joined us 2 years back. She is a legend in our community. She started working with Shell Global. The company she started working with was Shell Global. She is from risk, portfolio, and she was doing fairly good. She was creating great content also. However, over a period of time, she found that this is not her calling. She's working just because she has to work, but it is really not her calling. And she found more interest and happiness in creativity, in design. And that's how she finally put down papers 2 months back, 3 months back or 2 months back. And now she has already started building her Instagram profile. She is a designer. She's seen as a graphic designer. You can go and check Priyanka Kumari on LinkedIn also. She creates awesome content there. And now she is focusing more on helping people build their brand through her designs. That's what she's helping people with. And good news is that last month, 31st of January, she sent me a message that, ma'am, I've been able to generate 80% of my job, the salary, through my business now. 80% of it in 2 months. So if you have the confidence in your skill, if you are willing, and that's the time when she risked everything, her parents were not ready. She has to go through a lot because she was earning really good. And it's a big risk. But she did take that risk because she is working now on her. She's absolutely happy. Then you have to be super. So why was I explaining this topic to you? Because you have to choose your platform wisely. Once you know your niche, not everyone has to be active on LinkedIn, but if you are a job seeker or a professional and you find your audience on LinkedIn, then this is the time. During recession, you have to be most active on LinkedIn. This is the place people are going to be seeing you again and again and again. So if you choose to have another platform, it could be Facebook, it could be YouTube, it could be any other platform, be active there. Then there is no other option than create content and engage with others. How would you be seen by other people? Only and only by creating content. I know sometimes it's absolutely tiring. You just don't feel like doing that. And you say that, why do I have to do that? But this is the time. If you don't do it now, somebody else will be doing it, and that option is going to be going to someone else. And why are you also doing this? Because you have to communicate your value to your audience. How would you otherwise communicate your value? Inside, we are going to be looking at the performance areas also, but outside, how would people know you? So these are some reasons why you have to focus more on your social media visibility. Then comes your networking. Now, how many of you are great networkers here? Just raise your hand. Oh, Sakshi, I'm a great networker here. Yogesh, Pritesh, Meghna, Reena. That's it. बाद में कौन बचाएगा? अब भी कुआं खोदना है. नेटवर्किंग अब भी शुरू करनी है. इस सेकंड से शुरू करनी है. Build and protect your networks now. What do you have to do? Build and protect. Protect, that means you have to be, if you have not been active, आज से ही जाओ, hello, hi करना चालू करो. You got to start it. Now, Sajid, first of all, stop saying that. Never, ever, ever say I am bad at anything. I'm always great at something. See, what did I do? I have been saying this to myself that I'm not good at streaming. I'm not good at technical things. I always say this to myself. And because I wanted to say this to me, it's actually one day you're going to be great. One day. So maybe next session, we are going to be, streaming everywhere and everything will go flawless. So we all have to understand that one time, second time, third time, कितने बार lose करेंगे यार? हंसी उड़ेगी क्या होगा ज्यादा ज्यादा? अरे साक्षी बट आपने आपको कोच बोलती है इससे तो ये भी नहीं हुआ. हाँ नहीं हुआ भाई. सारी दुनिया में सारी चीजें सबसे नहीं होती. Not ever say that I'm not good at anything. Cancel. When you say no to something, cancel. Always say I'm great at something. You have to change the way your brain is working. Okay, your brain catches everything that you say. So if you keep continuously saying I'm not good at something, you will never become good at that. Okay, I am getting better on networking. I am getting good at networking. This is what you have to say. And it has nothing to do, once again, let me tell you, somebody mentioned that I'm an introverted person. It has nothing to do. Introverted and extroverted also is something that has been, put inside your brain. That also has been conditioned. Stop saying that you are an introverted person. Your topic, anything that you love talking about, you are going to be great at that topic. So connect with people on that particular topic. You will be the best on that. So there is no reason for anyone to say that I'm not good at networking. Okay. In the LinkedIn videos, you are going to be definitely learning all of that. Now view your network as a two-way street. What do I really mean by this? Is a two-way street. So while you are looking for jobs during recession or otherwise also, I have always explained the definition of networking is it's a relationship for mutual benefit. Okay, it's a two-way street. Even while you are looking for jobs, and if people are not able to do that, but if you see someone else looking for job, someone else needing that, if you can connect someone for something like this, please by all means do that. Okay, don't wait कि कोई और मेरी मदद करेगा. आप जिसकी जब मदद कर सकते हैं inside your organization, in your personal life, professional life, keep doing that. जितनी भलाई करेंगे उतनी हमको वापस मिलेगी. Remember that. Then take out time to connect, and now, especially now, you got to make sure that I give calls to my, colleagues. Even though you have a job, you do not know what's going to happen in the times to come. So you got to start building all those amazing relationships, nurturing those relationships, revamping all of those. Okay. So take out time and think about new connections and networking goals. So like how you set goals for your job, how you set goals to decide your resume, you got to now set a goal for networking. How many of you going to be doing that now? How many of you? Isaac, Pankaj? Okay, that means you can decide a goal that, okay, fine, this week, at least 2 new people in my connections, where you are focusing not on simply sending the connection request. That's not networking. Literally engaging in a conversation and talk. Okay, so maybe you can decide that, okay, fine, 1 past employee, 1 past colleague of mine, and 1 new person. Okay, it can increase based on the time that you have in your hand. You can definitely increase that. And then we come to network with thought leaders in your industry. So this is important. You will be able to network with thought leaders in your industry when you have some industry knowledge, when you have your content knowledge, when you have your domain knowledge. If you are working on your niche, if you're building your brand, you're becoming an expert, people would want to connect with you. Anybody who has shallow knowledge will not be much entertained. That's why I say be in your niche, research and develop deep interest in your topic, develop deep knowledge in your topic. So networking with thought leaders in your industry right now, today, while you are actively employed, right now, start doing it now. You do not know when you will leave. Okay, now leave a great brand impression. Whenever you are meeting any of your seniors, you have to make sure that you leave your brand impression on them at higher positions, because that's how you get jobs that you have never applied for, which basically means you're not applying for any senior position. You're not applying job for anywhere. Right now, you are okay and you are fine with everything. But when people see you really giving great impression, they keep you in their mind. Okay, fine. This person does things like this, talk like this, engages like this, works like this, achieves like this. Next position should be given to this person. So many a times, people who are not even looking for jobs keep getting the job opportunities or connection requests from people who are continuously, my seniors are starting to recommend me. See, that's great. Congratulations, Ramiz. Okay, now staying updated and vigilant. That's even more important. Okay, that means be prepared in advance. So how many of you are already happily working someplace? अभी डर डर भले ही लग रहा होगा, but I have a job. हाँ, right now you have to start working on your resume. You may have joined this community thinking that, okay, I will only feel think that I just want a promotion, or I may not be looking for job, but you got to, even though you are looking for a promotion, you still got to work on your resume. You never know what you are going to be needing later. And the second important thing is, what do you have to work upon in your resume? You have completed a project. You are happily working. You have completed. So Isaac, when you complete a project, go and update that project on your resume. Okay, you conducted something, go and update it there. You completed, you have a certificate, you have a project. So 2 places, on your LinkedIn and on your resume. It always needs to be updated. Okay, and third, if you are looking for job and if you also have a profile on any job portals, that's also another place where you have to stay updated. So that's how you prepare in advance. Second, focus on what you can control. So you cannot control things that are not in your hand, which is basically, other than your performance, other than your impression, other than your brand, you cannot really control many other things. So that's why whatever is the focus, you have to bring, you have to work on the areas that you can really control. Then pay attention to trends in your industry. Always, that's why I say research skill is one of the biggest skills. Okay, and in the job search strategy video course, I have once you will start going through that, there is a Google alert option that I have explained you. If you guys remember, you all must ideally set a Google alert for your industry, for your domain, for your topic. Google पे जाके एक Google alert set कर दीजिए. In fact, I would recommend you all to have a separate email ID for that, so that you do not miss any of that. So whatever news gets published on Google or anywhere, you become the first person to get the alert on that. Okay, आप सुबह 9 बजे ऑफिस के लिए जा रहे हो, 8 बजे आपके सामने एक इंडस्ट्री अलर्ट आया. You are the most aware person. And now when you go and talk about that and discuss that, rather than doing bitching and all those other things, you are going to be considered somebody who has industry knowledge, who is like really knowledgeable and is considered a little different, somebody who stands out. And that's how you will know where okay, and also not just about industry, try to maintain your good relationship with insiders. Okay, insiders, thank you. Insiders, that basically means insider कौन हुए? आपके HR वाले हो गए, जिनके पास से आपको खुफिया जानकारी मिल रही है, इंडस्ट्री का क्या हो रहा है, कंपनी का क्या हो रहा है. You have to keep a track on the company. Company reports, reviews, all of that you must keep listening to. Who are they really, what is this called? Who are they negotiating their terms with? What are the projects that are coming in? What are the projects that the company is losing out on? All of that. When you know that, you can be very well prepared. Any of us doing that? I guess no. है ना? तो ये काम करना चालू करना है हम लोग को. Okay. Then the next step here that you have to focus on: polish your resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn. Please. Top पे रखना है इसको. अभी से polishing, cover letter. All those people who have not yet started creating cover letter, please do that. It builds a great rapport. It makes your resume stand out from other people. Okay, so resume, there is a chance that your resume may not get selected for some reason or the other. कुछ गलती हो सकती है. But cover letter is going to go directly to the HR. And there, when you are going to writing, dropping them an email and then attaching the cover letter as well as your resume, your chances of getting that job or whatever opportunity is increases big time. Okay. Then we have, if you notice the signs of looming recession, avoid. हाँ, ये please थोड़ा ध्यान से पढ़िए. If you notice the signs of a looming recession, avoid changing jobs if that can help it. अगर आप सोच रहे हो अभी कि I'm not much happy with my current company and I feel like leaving this job and looking for another opportunity, be very sure about the next opportunity, because what happens is during the time of recession, the new hires actually get laid off. So suppose you left A company and joined B company, you are the new hire, you are happy that I have been, inducted here at a higher salary, but there is a high chance that if there is a problem of recession in that B company, you might become the first person to be laid off. Is this making sense to you all? So once you are thinking about moving to a different company, make sure that you do your research really, really well. Fine. Next, moving forward, soft skills. Aha, my favorite, and not yours, of course. But here I have got the reasons why are soft skills so important. And I'll give you 4 reasons. 93% employers want to see soft skills on your resume. Do you have them properly placed, strategically placed on your resume? Do you have that? No. Okay, so those people who have actually, who were a part of the last session, what was the last session we did? We did LinkedIn revamping. So if you were the part of LinkedIn revamping session, we have understood in the about section how to write your career highlight. When you write your career highlight, based on those highlights, you are going to be picking your skills. But you will not be able to write any career highlight if you really do not have those skills. So पहले skills होंगी, फिर career का highlight आएगा, फिर वो skills आपको mention करनी होगी. Those who missed the last session, please do go back and check that. So this is one thing. 93% employers want to see soft skills on your resume. Second, because they show you. Why do you need soft skills? Because these skills show you can get job done or a problem solved, even if you have never encountered the exact situation. Let me explain this to you. Suppose you are a problem solver. Okay, and it's a skill. Problem solving is a skill. As a skill, you have developed it. You have learned how to solve different kinds of problems. Now, irrespective of your domain, irrespective of your product or service, you can very well use this particular skill in any industry, any role. Can you do that? If you can solve problem of this particular bottle marketing, you can do problem solving for phone marketing also. That's the thing. Change the service, but the skill is used. Now, when you are changing your job and people say that, no, you do not come from this, this domain. If you are completely changing your domain, transitioning into another domain, or you are coming from one industry and joining another industry, if you have identified that you are in a different niche and your industry is not working, now you have to move. In that case, what is it that is needed? Your transferable skills are only the skills that will be helping you. How will you prove that you will be a better fit with the things that you have done in the past, because those were the things that you have done with the use of your soft skills. Got it? Then next is help maintain your prospects at the top candidate for a new position. Help you maintain your prospects. Aapki possibility, aapka prospect as a top candidate maintained rehta hai, both internally as well as externally. Okay, so externally when you are showing yourself on social media, and internally when you are, displaying all those soft skills to your organization and your managers. And then third, if your skills are relevant, please write this down and understand it properly. If your skills are relevant and that cannot be replaced by technology, transferable skills cannot be replaced by technology. Okay, so if your skills are relevant to your industry, to your job domain, to your job description role, you will always remain valuable to your employer. If you are somebody who has great hard skills, okay, you think I'm the best in my hard skill. There is a technological change, kuch project chale gaya aapke paas se. Now what would you do? You cannot solve problem. You cannot think creatively. You do not have emotional intelligence. You have many such skills that you are missing in you. Why would company want to keep you? Vis-a-vis, if there is somebody who has great hard skill also, plus at the same time will be able to do many other stuff. So what do you become? You become more valuable. Downsizing के time पे आपको रखा जाएगा क्योंकि आप एक extra काम करके दे सकते हो company को. So please invest in all of these things. These are going to help you. Whether you are showing yourself. So 4 things I would like to, 5 skills, creativity. See, AI sab kar sakta hai, but for AI also, there has to be some brains, putting together a lot of data. It works on the given data. It cannot think new. So it can give you variety. Probabilities bahut sari hain. Possibilities and probabilities are there. It will give you different options. But the way human brain can create, no AI can really create. Adaptability, another important skill. So if you're somebody who doesn't have this as a skill, as a trait, so when we talk about soft skills, these are basically your personality traits. Some of these you are born with, some of these you have to develop and inculcate in you. by learning, by practicing. So if you are somebody who is not adaptable, there is a problem, there is a situation in your organization, you are not able to adapt, you are not able to adapt to the team, you are not able to adapt to the new project. If you are shifting your job, you are not able to fit yourself in the new organization, you are not considered culture fit. That's the power of being adaptable. And people who cannot adapt, these are the people who crib, cry, and complain about most of the things. Organizations do not want these people. Okay, then we have what? Critical thinking, we have problem solving, we have emotion. One of the biggest skills is emotional intelligence, and people never talk about it. आपका इंटेलिजेंट होना इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैं समझ गई. आप अपनी नीश में है, then you will definitely be intelligent, you will know your stuff and all of that. But emotional intelligence is a bouquet of a lot of other skills. It's about, any person who is emotional intelligence is going to be highly self-aware, is going to be a great listener, is going to be way more patient, is going to be understanding of his or her emotions and other people's emotion also. You will be way more sensitive to how others are doing. You will be taking mindful decisions about things. So at leadership, any leadership positions, this is what is expected. Now, there are several other skills. I've just given you some examples over here. But if you are, wherever you are working, whether you have lost your job or you have your job, please start focusing on your soft skills. There is no other option. You cannot play this game on your technical skills. Then comes your performance. How are you currently performing in your organization? तो अभी तक अगर हमने काम चोरी कर ली है तो अब नहीं करना है. Okay, whether or not the recession is looming over your industry, this is what you have to do now. Show up and do the work. No excuses at all, ever. Second, know and show your value. If you do not know your USP, UVP, nothing can help you. You got to know your value, and that's how you have to project that this is what I bring to the table. You got to know and show your value every single day. Be likable and help others. During layoffs, the people who are not liked by other people are the people who leave the job, are forced to leave the job. ऐसे बचपन से हुआ है ना, हमारे साथ गुटबाजी होती थी ना, गैंग्स बनते थे, ग्रुप्स बनते थे, है ना. ग्रुप में जिसको पसंद नहीं किया जाता तो उसको निकाल देते थे, कितना भी टैलेंटेड वो हो. This is happening in every organization. Okay, so you have to play smart here to know what makes other people click. How will you do that? Okay, and that's where Dr. DeMartini's session helped us tremendously. He taught us how to talk in the values of other people. Your value, my value is different. If I talk in my value and that has nothing to do with your value, you will be least interested in me. But if I know what stands most importantly in your life, in your personal and professional life, and if I talk in that way, if I talk in that term, I will be able to build better bond with you over anybody else. There is no point that you will ever dislike me in that case. Okay, so be likable and help others. Start becoming likable. How many of you think you are already likable in your organization, by the way? Meghna is like, हाँ मैं सब बहुत प्यार करते. That's great. I want to see all the hands raising. So those people, see, jab tak aap, okay, fine. Hands down, everyone. Hi, Anshita. Doesn't come across as a suck up. And if you agree with everything, okay, hands down. Abhi kaun hands up karenge? How many of you like yourself really a lot? Like and love yourself a lot. So जो लोग अपने आप को like and love नहीं करते हैं, को दूसरे भी like and love नहीं करेंगे. So before you start getting liked by other people, you got to fall in love with yourself. You got to build that confidence. You got to love yourself so much, howsoever you are. भगवान ने आपको जैसे बनाया ना, इससे अच्छा आपके कर्म थे ही नहीं कि आपको बनाया जा सका. But you got to love yourself the way you are. You are best. इससे अच्छा कुछ possible ही नहीं है. Okay, fall in love with yourself. Then visibility makes you a valued team member at your company. So you got to make sure all the time that you are visible by everybody. आपके पियन से लेके आपके CEO तक सबको आपके existence के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. And the good thing that you are doing, not for the bad things. But this is what is going to be important. And this is so important. See, Dress for success. Turn on your camera during meetings and speak up when you have something relevant to say. So I've been asking everyone to switch on their camera, par nahi. Sneha, Dipinder, SG 1.5, do not know, maybe a new member here. Nanda, Reena, Ramiz, Anugrah, Baswati. Kya hai? Why do you not switch on your camera? You knew it that this session is going to happen. आपको पता है मैं हर बार आपको बोलती हूँ वीडियो ऑन करने के लिए. क्यों बोलती हूँ? क्या पता आप अभी खाने के लिए अंदर गए हो, आप अभी वॉशरूम के लिए 2 मिनट के लिए बंद करके गए हो. रमीज आप हमेशा बाहर ही रहते हैं. घर से रमीज को निकाल दिया गया है पक्का. Every time I ask him to switch on the camera, he says I'm outside, but he is actually, he switches on his camera. And I'm down with viral, no problem. No, sorry, there is a problem. I mean, there's no problem. Get well soon, Dipinder. No. It's okay, guys. But what I wanted to say is, let's suppose your boss is having a discussion, and this is a major discussion, and that's the time when you have kept your video off. और आप रैपो नहीं बिल कर पाए, आप ही का नाम आएगा नेक्स्ट ले ऑफ लिस्ट में. मेरे को मत ब्लेम करना, साक्षी आपने अलर्ट नहीं किया हमको. ओके, सो दैट्स योर परफॉर्मेंस पार्ट. लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड ऑन द 7th part, which is your continuous learning. The first here is extra skill help you save yourself during downsizing. I've already given that example to you. Whatever extra skill that you will start building upon will always help you while downsizing, because people want एक में 4 चीजें मिल जाएंगी तो एक ही का पैसा देना है, 4 चीजों का काम कराएगी कंपनी. That's what they think. Then upskilling and reskilling make you more resilient and adaptable in fast changing world. I do not have to explain this to you. Now, this is important. Companies want employees with versatile knowledge and the eagerness to learn new skills. If you show, आपको ना अगर धक्का मार के ट्रेनिंग पे भेजना पड़ रहा है, you will be the first person to be laid off. ऐसा है कोई आपको ट्रेनिंग बिल्कुल अच्छी नहीं लगती, आपको लगता है यार इसकी क्या जरूरत है, मतलब बेचारा एचआर लगा पड़ा है एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट में और दुनिया भर की चीजों में, एंड यू टेक जीरो इंटरेस्ट इन ऑल ऑफ दैट. यू आर बीइंग जज्ड बाय द इंटरेस्ट दैट यू शो एट वर्क प्लेस, by the initiatives that you take, by the curiosity you show, and by all the new learnings that you bring to the table. If you are somebody who's constantly showing that I'm always learning something, and that you display at workplace in some form or the other, whether by your presentation or taking initiatives or helping somebody or contributing or problem solving or thinking about new ideas, you are gonna be in the eyes of those people. आप ये समझिए कि ऊपर वाले आपको देखते हैं, और अगर आप नहीं दिख रहे हो तो आप नहीं दिखने लायक हो, आप ये समझ लेना. ओके, दिस इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट. देन possessing skills from up or down the pipeline may help you secure your position. So you have to understand throughout this process what is the pipeline that you're in, your company is using. कहाँ से लोग आ रहे हैं, कहाँ से जा रहे हैं, इनफ्लो क्या है, आउटफ्लो क्या है, उसको लेके कोई भी स्किल जो आप डेवलप कर सको, you are gonna be an important part of the organization for a long time. Okay, now we come to, this is interesting, building a gig. How many of you already have a gig? How many of you understand what's a gig? So gig is something that will bring you money. एक extra काम जो आपने पकड़ लिया, it's a side hustle. Okay, but when you are building your brand on your niche, if you have been laid off, if by God forbid you lose your job, you are having a specialty that you can go out and sell so that people will pay you money. So I am asking you to create a specialized image, a specialized brand, so that can actually convert either into your helping you become an entrepreneur, or help you start your startup, or maybe a small company, or maybe just a side hustle. Yeah, Pratesh is saying, so I'm a recruiter and this is my passion. I engage with some other work, which is paying me. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. What is the other work that's paying you? Huh? क्या अलग काम कर रहे हैं पैसे के लिए? So why are we learning about this gig part here is because the ultimate aim each one of us have is to make money. So whether it is coming from your job or from any place else, it has to pay you money. 95%, now listen, this is the reality. 65% of organization used gig workers in 2022, and it is going to increase. People do not want long-term relationships now with their employees. That means basically the full-time employee they do not want to keep. If that work happens, on short intervals of time or not very frequently. And, those things that could be done through a consultant or a temporary worker or a gig player or a freelancer. So companies are using gig so that they can save a lot. So if you are full-time employed in a company, आपको बहुत सारी चीजें कंपनी को देनी पड़ती है. They have to invest in your gratuity, in your health benefits, in your food and all the other infrastructure that they have to spend on you. A lot of things that they have to pay. However, if the same thing they can, give to a freelancer, same project, they will be saving more than 50% of the money. And that's why we have temporary workers, people who are working on retainer basis. You also can decide to go on retainer basis at your current company and charge 5 other companies as retainers. Now, recession-proof jobs may be an illusion, but recession-proof income doesn't have to be. We are focused more on income part. And by income, I mean to say that you do the job that brings you happiness plus money, both. That's why we are working on a niche. And professionals who are not bound by one company. So who are these gig workers? These are professionals who are not bound by one company, but work on multiple projects simultaneously. So currently, Priyanka is working on multiple projects. Okay, she has got some 4 or 5 clients. She can decide, she only have to give that, okay, after a week, I have to submit this to you. Now she has all the freedom to get up at 2 in the night to complete a project, travel, go on parties and attend weddings, and then just finish that stuff for 5 people. She can do that. But if you are employed in a company, you cannot do all of this. Aapko chutti mangni padegi. So that's why I say start focusing more on building your brand in your niche so that at one point in time you are ready and you are okay in leaving the company. And while you are doing this, if you are building a great social media presence also, if you, for God forbid, if you lose your job, you already created a good base of followers, people who know that you are working in this field and they can come and pay you for consultation or for helping them in some project or something. But ye sab kuch kar lenge. And if you do not have the right attitude, it's not going to work. 10th wala to aur bhi zyada important hai. First, be a risk taker. Now, you might argue that's actually, what the hell? How can you say during recession, I have to take the risk? But history has given us, I cannot tell you, uncountable examples where people at the lowest have taken risk and have created a great, empire for themselves. So you have to start learning and you have to start risking. If you are okay with risking, abhi to gayi na job. Risky bhi gayi job, abhi to kuch lose karne ke liye hai nahi. Let me start doing things that probably are my callings. So you have to start taking risk. Second, express positivity and optimism. Recession is one such time period where kuch acha nahi lagega. है ना, स्ट्रेस पूरा टाइम रहेगा, फैमिली कैसे चलेगी, बच्चे कैसे करेंगे, मेरा कैसे चलेगा, पेरेंट्स के एक्सपेक्टेशंस है, दूसरों के पास नौकरी है, वो मुझ पे हंसते हैं. देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट आर हैपनिंग इन योर लाइफ and it is not easy for you to keep a very positive attitude. But this is the time that you have to be different than other people, otherwise you will lose the game. Then speed up when others slow down. What I mean by this is most people who are in the recession, if you see in your industry or other people, what do? They are generally crying, cribbing or complaining. This is what most people do. They have slowed down. When you are cribbing, crying, complaining or doing all of this or always stressed or in anxiety, their energy level is very low. But if you are someone right now able to beat them, here, you start implementing the things that are least expected of you. You start learning so many things and showing it at workplace, you will stand out. So others are going to be slowing down, but you need to speed up. Keep your focus on your brand experience. Everybody who is coming in contact of you needs to create a great brand experience for you. A great brand experience from you, needs to get a great brand experience from you. And this is not just inside the organization, but outside also. Everywhere you have to be cautiously building your brand. Be resilient and take ownership of your career. Now, as I said in the start itself, people will always lose their jobs. But are you somebody who is easily blaming it on recession or COVID or people around you? That's not being resilient. Jo hona hai, wo to hoga hi. ये तो है, अब क्या कर सकते हैं इसका? That's what you have to start asking yourself now. So that's about how you have to keep your attitude. And if you have this kind of attitude, you will be able to be seen as a great leader at workplace, a great team player, and you will, you will be there in the eyes of other people. आप हैंडल कर सकते हो इसको. पर ये तो मैजिक है, आप ये सब कुछ कर लो, पर अगर यहाँ आपने ये सोच लिया, if you think you will lose, you will lose. डर, क्या पता गई तो ये सारा गेम खराब कर देगा, ये पूरा 1 घंटे का सेशन, 1.5 घंटे जो भी हमने कहना है, सब कचरा कर देगा. सो जो डर गया वो मर गया, इसलिए डरना तो है नहीं. अब जो होगा वो तो होगा ही, हम इतनी सारी चीजें इसलिए कर रहे हैं ना. सो इफ यू थिंक यू विल लूज, यू विल लूज. सो बी विथ पीपल एंड थॉट्स that are positive. We're going to come back to thoughts only, but keep a check on your energy frequency. Now, we have done several sessions on energy and frequency. All my legends understand all of this. Some of the leaders also, they have understanding of the affirmations that we have done, how to raise your energy frequency. There is a session. Please go back and check that. But what I mean to say is, if you are fearful, if you have anxiety, if you are nervous, if you are stressed, if you are jealous of other people who are having the job you lost, that all of these are very low frequency energies. If you are in this state, you got to ask yourself, keep your hand on your heart, ask yourself, am I feeling jealous of people around me? Am I scared whether my job is going to be there or not? Am I very anxious right now? I am fearful. I am super stressed. What if I lose? What will happen? These are extremely low energy frequencies. They will attract the similar kind of things in your life again and again. आपका कुछ भला नहीं होगा अगर आप इस फ्रीक्वेंसी में रहोगे. सो यू गॉट टू बी कीपिंग पॉजिटिव. हर बार नहीं होगा, बट स्टे विथ पीपल हु कैन हेल्प यू feel positive. And this is what we learn in law of attraction. Your feeling, thought, beliefs and actions shape your lives. आप चाहे दुनिया के कितने भी धुरंधर हो जाओ, चाहे कोई नीश में हो, चाहे कितने भी स्पेशलाइज्ड हो, if your feeling, thought, beliefs and actions are not in place, you are not in the right place. That's what is working. If you're feeling stressed all the time, how will you keep thinking about it? फीलिंग अगर स्ट्रेसफुल है, थॉट्स आपके पॉजिटिव आएंगे कि स्ट्रेस्ड वाले थॉट्स आएंगे? 15 डेज, 20 डेज, 1 मंथ हो गया है, आपकी जॉब नहीं है, गॉड फॉरबिड, कैंसिल. अगर आपकी जॉब नहीं है या आपकी जॉब में बाकी लोगों के ले ऑफ हुआ है, आपको पता नहीं कल मेरा नंबर होगा कि नहीं होगा, व्हाट आर यू गोना बी डूइंग? इफ यू कीप फीलिंग स्ट्रेस्ड और fear, if you fear or you're scared of all of this, you're going to be continuously attracting the thoughts that are going to make you more fearful. And when you have that, soon you're going to be establishing a belief that मेरा कुछ नहीं होगा, मेरी तो नौकरी जाएगी ही. And when you have that belief set in your mind, you're going to be not taking the actions that you should ideally be taking. 15 दिन, 20 दिन, 1 महीना हो गया, आपके साथ के 4 लोगों की नौकरी चली गई. अब धीरे धीरे आपको लगने लगा यार अपना भी नंबर आना ही है. So you are not going to be focused on creating that brand experience. You're not going to be focused on taking more initiatives, doing other stuff, showing up every single time. You will not do that because the belief is set wrong in your mind. Everything that you are doing right now is coming from your subconscious mind. So your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, sab kuch subconscious hai. All your life decisions are made not with your conscious mind, but rather with your subconscious mind. And what's there in the subconscious mind? 95% things that you do regularly, how your neural pathways have been developed over these years is what stay in the subconscious mind. आप ये सुन के positive हो सकते हो, आधा घंटा, 1 घंटा, but if you are there again with the same kind of people who are not moving forward, you are watching the stupid news again and again, even though there is no recession, but you are watching them. You are listening to people, you are reading, you are attracting. So the other day, Meenu said, I see everywhere on LinkedIn, this thing only, all the news of on about recession only. I said you shift your focus. मैं लिख रही हूँ जरूर क्योंकि बाकी लोग मुझे बोल रहे हैं साक्षी रिसेशन पे लिखने पर, मुझे रिसेशन की कोई न्यूज नहीं मिलती है. Why? Because that's not where my focus is. So on Instagram or on Facebook or any other platform, what do? If we like some kind of post, that platform keeps continuously showing us that kind of post. They think we are interested in that. That's how the platform works. बार बार आपने 1 2 3 पोस्ट इसकी देख ली तो बार बार वो प्लेटफॉर्म ही चाहेगा कि आप ऐसे ही सिमिलर पोस्ट देखो। तो आपको क्या लग रहा है, देखो यही तो आ रहा है हमारे पास। choose what you watch, choose what you listen to, choose what you read. That's your choice. You have control over all of these things, and ultimately stay in gratitude and keep affirming only the good and happy results for yourself. When you show gratitude, there are so many people who crib and cry about मेरे पास नौकरी नहीं है। यार आपके पास क्या है? If you have a good family, if you have food on the table, if you have electricity, you have money to afford this particular program. Thank you भगवान, मेरे पास सब है। Ultimately सब कुछ खत्म हो जाएगा। You are looking for happiness. With the money you are looking for happiness, with the job you are looking for happiness, with the business you are looking for happiness. That's the ultimate thing right now. Even if all those things are not there, are you happy? That has to be the focus. Your mindset is going to decide your wealth frequency. आपके पास पैसा attract होगा कि नहीं होगा. That's basically because of your mindset only. So you have to keep your energy frequency really, really high to be in the state where you're always feeling gratitude. Thank you भगवान, 58 लोग तो देख रहे हैं मुझे अभी. So what? Stream नहीं हो पाया. मैं ये वाला वीडियो डाल दूंगी सबके लिए so that they are not angry with me. I have you all here with me. किसी को तो गुस्सा आ ही रहा होगा मेरे ऊपर, सॉरी गुस्सा मत करना, गलती हो गई मुझसे. But you got to always feel this gratitude. This gratitude will keep you in peace with yourself and everything. आप किसी की तरफ भी देखोगे ना, आपको लगेगा ना ये कितना अच्छा है. Thank you भगवान, ये इंसान मेरी लाइफ में. My mom is there, my dad is there, my siblings are there, my friends are there, my community is there, my coach is there. मैं तो हूँ यार, कोई हो ना हो, मैं तो हमेशा हूँ यहाँ पे. Feel gratitude. And if you are there in gratitude, so basically gratitude का फंडा ये है, whatever you are thankful for, you will get more of it. Even if you do not have a job, you have money to survive. Great. Thank you so much, God. I have money to survive. God will give you more money. Thank you, God. You are sharing, sending so many opportunities to me. Or opportunities. How many of you are already thinking this way? Gratitude. Every single day, do you show gratitude? सुबह उठते ही रात को सोते हुए दिन भर होना है. जब आप लोग बोल रहे थे ना मुझे कि मैं भगवान को बोल रही थी, भगवान थैंक यू सो मच, जितना भी हो रहा है सब अच्छा हो रहा है. ओके, इफ यू आर गोना बी डूइंग दिस, बिलीव मी, ये सारा सब टेंशन वेंशन सब चले जाएगा. Joydeep, yes, of course, I'm going to be definitely sharing the whole recording with each one of you. Okay, sorry, I'm not able to do the task. No problem at all. किसी चीज के लिए sorry worry नहीं होना है. Okay, so those people who are here for the first time, I'm going to be conducting a session tomorrow, which is my masterclass. You guys can join my masterclass tomorrow. I will be giving you way more information than what I've shared here. So if you want to be a part of our community, because these are the sessions which I conduct only for my community, only for this very topic, I have conducted this for everyone. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but that's okay. So I've shared the link of my masterclass over here. Those people who are not in my community can join this link and see me tomorrow at 11 a.m. Okay. Now I'm open to your Q&A. कोई एक जन जाके please champions को or team just go and let the champions know that we are going to be starting in next 5 minutes. We have another session of Speakathon now for champions and legends.
Already informed.
Okay. Thank you so much. Deepak, you are going to be learning how to build your brand on social media and otherwise also to get better jobs, opportunities, and all of that stuff. So the content is going to be totally different there, Deepak. Okay, so anybody has any question, please ask me your question. Yes, Anurag. Pehle Anurag can. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I will allow you to Anurag. Just a second. Yes, please. Anurag, go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. So my question is, you are saying that we have to build networking. So it's about the number of people we have to in our connection list, or like the less number of people, but they are like
more relevant.
They are from our relevant.
So it's never about, on LinkedIn, if you are asking this question, it is never about the number of followers. Okay, it's about the right audience. So in the career branding model, I have taught you in the third day, I guess, a networking video is there. Okay, all the answer you will find there, Anurag. But just to give you a small glimpse of this. So basically, you have to connect with people who are from your domain, because उन्हीं से आपको नौकरी मिल सकती है, उन्हीं से information मिल सकती है पहले. दूसरा, you have to build your network inside your organization with different departments as well, not just with your team but all the other departments also. आपको नहीं पता किसके department में से कहाँ से कौन सी news आएगी, and you might be shifted to other departments also. That's third. You have to be in the eyes of influencers in your domain, the experts in your domains. That's what. Okay, and all the other people who you really appreciate. It could be from any other domain also, if you really like their content, because you do not know who is going to help you connect with whom. So don't be very choosy. But yes, on LinkedIn, if you are talking about connection, you have to be connected with people who are active. Don't have people who are sleeping, who are dormant, who simply have their profile there and they have no interest in building their brand there, or they are least interested or engaging. Because when you create content and when you show your presence on LinkedIn, once you start creating content, your content is going to be shown to the first degree connections. And if all those connections are sleeping, are not active, LinkedIn को लगेगा कि आपकी post नहीं चल रही है. It's not going to help it. Okay? That's your answer. Thank you so much, Anurag. Yes, Pankaj.
So, Sakshi, my first question, there were 5 pointers in your presentation. You missed 5th or is it?
नहीं, वो तो मैं अपने लिए रखी थी, branding का वो देने के लिए, link देने का.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more thing is, you mentioned that when there is a recession, we have to be extra cautious while changing the job. So what are the things we have to check in case we want to change the job in the new company? What things you suggest to check?
Good question. So this is basically about all the industry information. Okay, how is this industry this company has been working in the past? What are the future plans? So go on YouTube and check all the upcoming information, the latest their podcast, the latest YouTube videos, their interviews, all of that. Okay, and sari companies apne quarter ka information, apna quarter results, they put it on the company website. You have to go through it. So check what is this industry, where is this industry going? That's one thing. 2, what is this company doing right now? How has it been treating its employees in the past? Go and check it on Quora. Employees का feedback लेना बहुत important होता है. Okay, you got to build your network with the employees who are currently working there. Okay, दो आपके specific डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, एक HR, एक फाइनेंस. ये दोनों से तो अपनी बना के रखना ही है. फाइनेंस वालों को पता है पैसे की क्या स्थिति है कंपनी की, HR वालों को पता है लोग कौन आ रहे हैं, कितनों को निकालना है. ठीक है, so these 2 people, but otherwise from anywhere and everywhere that you can get the information about what the company is planning in the times to come. Okay, so these are some things that, and keep doing this research. Google alert set करना बहुत important है. Please everyone do that.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Nikhil, your question?
Yeah, hi Sakshi. So Sakshi, I have 2 questions. One is regarding, you said that we have to connect with HRs, but I find it that it's very difficult to connect with HRs, especially when you're not looking for a job. When you are looking for a job, you can drop a message, hi, I want to connect with you, I'm interested in this job or something like that. But if I'm not actively looking for a job, and if I want to connect with it.
Sorry, I missed. मेरा ध्यान कहीं और चले गया था. Can you please repeat? Why do you think? Yeah. Can you repeat this question? Sorry.
Yeah. So my question is, I find it difficult to connect with HRs, especially when I'm not actively looking for a job, because when I'm looking for a job, I can simply drop a message that, hi, I'm looking for this job, or I'm interested in this profile and would like to connect with you. But if I'm not looking for a job, in that case, I find it very difficult to, drop a random message to an HR or, to send a connection request, because most of the time they just ignore those connection requests if I'm not dropping a message along with that. So how to connect with HR specifically? Okay,
so in the LinkedIn videos, you will learn this also. However, here you are talking about your organization HR or random HR on LinkedIn?
Both.
Okay, अपने वालों के साथ तो क्या है, अपने वाले हैं यार, उसका क्या पूछना है? You are my company HR. You have to learn. See, that's why I say communication is a huge skill that you all need to develop. What is a small talk? How can you engage people? What is it that you have to say? You will not believe in one of our legends. Her name is Arushi Thakur. She said that I'm finding it so difficult to connect with random people. And we gave her, so we keep doing a lot of challenges there. किसी की एक problem है तो उसकी band बज जाती है. तो 21 दिन का उसको challenge मिला था to go and randomly connect with people and let us know inside the group what did she talk about, who was this person, how did she connect with her. 21 दिन में now she is like किसी के सामने भी मुझे खड़ा कर दो, मैं किसी से भी बात कर सकती हूँ. So Nikhil, it's all here.
Right.
It's all here. You got to learn the way. So that's what I teach in soft skills and communication skills. What is it that you have to think about the other person to make this conversation really enticing or interesting? Why would anybody want to speak with you? What's in it for them? Always remember, it's WIIFM. What's in it for them? So why would people connect with you? And on LinkedIn, yes, of course, if these people are active, you have to be engaging heavily with their post. You have to keep appreciating. एक ही चीज याद रखो, एक ही नुस्खा है इसका. तारीफ, तारीफ, तारीफ. जितनी आप लोगों की तारीफ करोगे, उतने आप उनके favorites में रहोगे. So that's one thing. And help them. Contribute something, talk something about what they really appreciate or is useful for them. Share some information or idea which they will find really interesting and helpful. उनको लगना चाहिए, thank you यार, आपने मुझे ये बताया निखिल. Okay, so आपको अब क्या करना है? आपको अपनी इंडस्ट्री तो जाननी ही जाननी है, अपना डोमेन तो जानना है, दूसरों के डोमेन के बारे में भी पता करना है. तो आप गूगल अलर्ट ना HR का भी लगा देना, ठीक है? Okay, guys. So I think with that we have come to an end of this session. Also check ambition box. Yes, absolutely.
One more question.
Okay, मेरा सेशन है, जल्दी वहां पे वेट कर रहे हैं जिनको कम्युनिकेशन की प्रैक्टिस करनी है मेरे साथ. जल्दी पूछिए प्लीज. हाँ.
Right. So Sakshi, you said that we have to build our own extra gig, but isn't it moonlighting and isn't it very considered wrong in the corporate world?
Why should it be? आप देखो, moonlighting तब होती है जब आप similar domain में similar काम कर रहे हो and people are scared of you taking this data or these people outside. You get my point? So another legend, सारे legends की बहुत सारे हैं मेरे पास, मैं इसलिए बता रही हूँ legend बनना आपको जरूरी है. So the thing is, Akhila Kara, another community member, she has recently been promoted to a managerial position. She is very good in her creativity. She creates calendars and creates beautiful paintings and all of that stuff. Okay, and she places several stalls at different places, different opportunities she takes inside the organization and outside also. And she keeps gifting all these people, whatever stuff that she creates. So she is selling all those things also. Now she is a supply chain in the supply chain industry. She is a manager there. She's working, she's training, she's doing a lot of stuff. However, her gig is totally different. Okay. Now, if you are a supply chain person, if you are a project consultant, someplace, project manager, and you are, while working in the same industry, you are taking similar kind of clients outside, then that's moonlighting. That is not allowed. What I'm saying is, if you are building your brand as a project manager, if you happen to miss this opportunity, or at a point in time when you are like, मेरे पास बहुत है भाई, मैं क्यों इस अकेली कंपनी के लिए काम करूं? The projects that are coming to you because of your specialization, you can help 5 other companies create those kind of projects for them. You can decide to go on retainer basis. I will be a consultant. Don't be a permanent employee with them. You have to, that's why I say risk taker. क्या लूज कर रहे हो आप जो कंपनी से पैसा लोगे शायद आपको 20% कम मिलेगा, पर 5 जगह से वो आपको 80% मिल सकता है. If you build that brand. Right. Do you understand that now? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So with that, we have come to an end. Thank you everyone. See you. Ta-da. Bye.